Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my video. All right, so we're gonna do this video on AC fixes. If you guys have AC issues, I'm gonna go down the list of fixes that you guys can look at as far as fixing your AC issue. Now, everybody knows that when it gets warm out, you really need your AC. All right, because it is possibly one of the worst things to actually be in a car with no AC, particularly even if you have all your windows down. It doesn't really work when it's hot out because your car is going to be like an oven even with the windows down. So let's just get to the point of what you guys can do to hopefully fix your AC issues and get your AC back to working the way it should work. All right, so that you guys can cool off. First of all, this video is about no AC, right? The blower motor is blowing, but you get no cold air. There's no AC whatsoever. We're not talking about if you get like some cool air coming from the AC. Chances are, if you have some cool air coming in and you've always had some cool air coming in, but it's not as cold as it should be, obviously you want to check your Freon level and you want to fill it up. Chances are it's probably low. It could be a bunch of different causes that could cause that. It's probably low, or maybe your air filter inside the car needs to be changed. Cabin air filter needs to be changed. Just a bunch of different issues. Maybe the actuators on your blower, on your vents, aren't working. Some of them probably aren't working. Some of them are working, so you're not getting a full benefit of of your AC system. We're not talking about those issues. What we're talking about is getting no AC whatsoever. So here's what we're gonna go do. All right, we're gonna go down the list of things that you should look for to fix your AC issue. All right, so first of all, if you are not getting any kind of if the AC is blowing hot, all right, what you want to do is you want to check to see whether there's a leak in the line, whether you have any Freon in your AC unit or not. That's really, really important. If you have Freon in your AC unit, now for you guys to check that out, you guys can get one of these pressure testers for the AC unit at AutoZone, Advanced Auto. Some of the Freon tubes, some of the Freon canisters actually come with them. So you want to see whether there's anything as far as there's any AC in your system. Now, if you have AC in your system and you're still blowing hot, chances are here's the problems with that. Okay, if it's pressurized in the green zone with Freon and you're not, and it's still blowing hot, there's either your relay, the relay to the compressor has issues, or it's not working, properly, or needs to be replaced. B, your compressor is not working. It's not compressing the air. It's not compressing the Freon, so you're not getting cool air blowing. Okay, those two things, and there might be a fuse for the compressor. So it's either the relay, the fuse, or the compressor. The relay, the compressor fuse, if there is one, or the compressor itself. That's the problem if you have Freon in the system. Now, if you if you look at the pressure gauge and there's no Freon in the system, chances are it could be a couple of things. It could either be a leak, or over time it wasn't filled up over years and years and years. Now, Freon the system should be pressurized, and that pressurization should stay pressurized for a good 3, 4, 5 years. All right, there could be a leak, a small leak in the system. Now, you could test that out with you could test out with a tool that you could get. A vacuum tool that you could get. You could test that out with an AC vacuum tool that you can get from AutoZone Advanced Auto, just to see whether the system is a closed system without any leaks. But what a lot of people do in this situation is, instead of doing that, because they've never worked one before. It's free from AutoZone if you want to go on AutoZone to get it. But they never worked one before. They're not quite sure how to use it. It's too complicated for them. They don't want to pay somebody to just check that out, because labor is anywhere from like $65 to $70 an hour, etc., etc. If you know somebody who would do it for you, that's probably the best bet. But if you're in this situation, and a lot of people are in this situation where they don't know how to use that tool, what they'll do is that they'll try to put Freon in the system. All right, on average, about 2 cans of Freon, you will know whether the compressor's working, whether it's the Freon that's a problem, whether the compressor is a problem, whether, so you will know. So if you pressurize, you put 2 cans of Freon in the system and it starts getting cold, you feel cold air, okay, there's a good chance, not that it's a good chance, but it's a 100% chance that your compressor is good, the relay to the compressor is good, everything is good with the system, but there could be a leak. Now, there could be a small leak, there could be a huge leak. You won't know in this situation until you actually, until it actually runs dry, until that Freon runs dry. Now, if that Freon runs dry in a couple of days, if that Freon runs dry in about an hour, a couple of days, a couple of weeks, a couple of months, you know that there's some kind of leak in the system. It could be a small leak, it could be a big leak, and at that point, depending on that situation, you might want to use a stop leak with the Freon with stop leaks, particularly if it takes like a couple weeks, if it takes a couple of weeks to a month for it to drain out. You could try to stop leak. Now, if you guys seen the price of Freon, just the Freons alone from Walmart, those bottles are like $8, $9, $10 these days. It used to be like $6. It's gone up $8, $9, $10. Now, if you want to try this method, obviously it's going to get expensive, because 2 bottles is going to cost you $20. But I guess that might be cheaper than if you actually paid somebody to check it out. I don't know. Some of these garages might check it out for free. I doubt it. But if you get a slow leak, and that leak takes like a couple weeks to a month to actually drain out, definitely you guys should actually try the stop leak. All right, the Freon with the stop leak, and that would, in that situation, it's probably a very, very, very tiny leak where that would help. However, if it drains out in like a couple hours to a day, in that situation, that stop leak probably won't help out the situation, because there's probably a big hole, and it's leaking out profusely, and that stop leak probably won't plug that hole. So in that situation, you might have to actually find out where the leak is. Sometimes it could be the valve stem, either on the high or low pressure hose, that's where the leak is coming from, because the rubber became brittle over time. That's a very, very, very easy fix if that's where the leak is coming from. However, if the leak is coming from the line, that's that's not as easy to figure out if that's where it is, and you might have to get a professional to check it out. You can do it yourself. You can DIY that yourself, definitely, but you might need to get a professional to check it out. All right. So basically, those are all the situations that causes this that causes your system, your AC system, to blow warm air. You want to check out all those situations. Probably go step by step, the easiest step first versus my last advice to you guys. But if you guys hopefully in your situation, probably maybe it's just a relay that's that has issues, and you could just change out the relay. Hopefully that's your situation, and that's your quick fix. But you guys have any if you guys have any of your personal opinions on this, your comments, you guys have any your own personal experiences with this, definitely leave a comment in the comment section. Please subscribe, please give me a thumbs up. Hope this has helped you guys out. All right, guys, take care.